Davom etamiz. Xo'p, section 4, 31 to 40, no more than 2 words, faqat ikkita so'zdan ko'p so'z yoza olmaymiz. 4 business values, 4 ta biznesdagi qadriyatlar. Many business values can result in nima? Biznesdagi qadriyatlar nimagadir rezultat bo'lishi mumkin. Qanaqadir rezultatga olib kelishi mumkin. I don't know, qanaqadir action bo'lishi mumkin. Qanaqadir decision bo'ladi. Senior managers need to understand and deal with potential something that may result. Senior managerlar taxminiy bo'lishi mumkin bo'lgan qanaqadir situatsiyalarni tushunishi va ularni potensialni o'shalar bilan muammolarni hal qilish kerak ekan. Muammo bo'lishi mumkin, problems, issues bo'lishi mumkin. Chunki deal with o'ta muammo bilan keladi. Deal with immediately hal qilish degandek. Collaboration. During a training course, the speaker was in a team that had to build a demak speaker komandada bo'lgan ekan, nimadir qurishga kerak bo'lgan ekan training kursda vaqtida. Other teams experienced it from trying to collaborate. Demak, collaborate, ya'ni collaboration qilishga harakatdan boshqa komandalar nimadir experience qilgan. Ko'ramiz qanaqadir cho'zsa bo'lishi mumkin. The speakers team won because they reduced collaboration. Demak, speakerni komandasi yutibdi, chunki ular collaboratsiya qilmagan. Sales of A were poor because of collaboration. Demak, collaboratsiya natijasida, hamkorlik natijasida nimanidir sotuvi kam bo'lgan produkt bo'lishi mumkin. Industries hard work bo'lishi. Industries hard work degani hard work may be a bad use of various company. Demak, qattiq ishlash ba'zi kompaniyalarni nimasidir qanaqadir resursini yaxshi ishlatilmasligi, ya'ni bad use degani yaxshi to'g'ri ishlatilmasligi degani bad use o'tda shunaqa ma'noda resurs bo'lishi ehtimoli juda katta. The word lazy in this context refers to people who avoid doing tasks that are adjective bo'ladi. Demak, bu qismda lazy degan so'z odamlarni qaysidir odamlarga ishlatiladi va u odamlar qanaqadir tasklardan qochadi, o'zini qochadi. Hop, creativity and advertising campaign for A was memorable but failed to boost sales. Qanaqadir produkt uchun advertising campaign zo'r bo'lgan, hamma narsa qolgan, lekin salesga olib kelmagan. Product bo'ladi. Creativity should be used as a response to a particular something. Creativeness ishlatilishi kerak nimagadir response, nimagadir atvet sifatida. Uni ham ko'ramiz. Excellence. According to one study, on average pioneers had a that was far higher than that of followers. Pioneerlarda nimadir katta bo'lgan followerlardan ko'ra o'shani topishimiz kerak. Nimadir katta bo'lishi kerak, qanaqadir obyekt. Always aim at excellence, may miss opportunities. Demak, zo'r qilaman degan kompaniyalar opportunitylarni miss qilish mumkin, o'tkazib yuborish mumkin degan gap bo'ldi. Xo'p, necha minutdan beri gaplashamiz?
There's something else I'd like to know is...
That is the end of section 3.
Section 4 o'tamiz.
Section 4.
Section 4.
You will hear part of a lecture for business students about business values. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40.
Let's go.
And answer.
Ketdik. Boshlaydi endi. Aniq boshlaydi. 40, no more than 2 words, 4 business values.
Now listen carefully and answer questions 31 to 40.
In public discussion of business, we take certain values for granted. Today, I'm going to talk about 4 of them. Collaboration, hard work, creativity, and excellence. Most people would say they're all good things. I'm going to suggest that's an oversimple view. The trouble with these values is that they're theoretical concepts removed from the reality of day-to-day business. Pursue values by all means, but be prepared for what may happen as a result. They can actually cause damage, which is not at all.
Damage dedi. Can result in damage. It can all often cause damage dedi. Qisqasi javob bo'ldi. Pursuing values by all means. Pursue values by all means. Prepared for what may happen as a result. They can actually cause damage, which is not all their intention. Job damage bo'ladi.
All the intention. Business leaders generally try to do the right thing, but all too often the right thing backfires if those leaders adopt values without understanding and managing the side effects that arise.
Side effects that arise, side effect that may result. Arising may result, not synonym. Side effects. What a job. backfire qiladi agar side effect generally try to do the right thing but often right things backfire. It also leaders adopt values without understanding and managing side effect. Managing deal with understand turibdi side effects that arise or result in synonym uchun javob side effects bo'ldi. Side effects to'g'ri yozimmi? Yo'q, to'g'ri yozdim.
The values can easily get in the way of what's actually intended. Okay, so the first value I'm going to discuss is collaboration. Let me give you an example. On a management training course I once attended, we were put into groups and had to construct a bridge across a stream using...
Had to construct a bridge across a stream. Bridge qurish kerak bo'lgan. Bridge. Ko'prik. Well, let me give you an example of management training course. I once attended they were put into groups and had to construct a bridge across a stream. Bridge qurish kerak bo'lgan qisqasi.
In building blocks that we were given. The rule was that everyone in the team had to move at least one building block during the construction. This was intended to encourage teamwork. But it was really a job best done by one person. The other teams tried to collaborate on building the structure and descended into confusion with everyone
descend into confusion experience degan synonym confusion bo'lgan. Qotib qolganda. BS qotib qolgan. Confusion. Other teams experience confusion from trying to collaborate. But it was really a good job best done by one person. So other teams tried to collaborate on building the structure and descended into confusion. Job confusion.
Getting in each other's way. Our team leader solved the challenge brilliantly. She simply asked everyone in the team to move a piece a few centimeters to comply with the rule, and then let the person in the team with an aptitude for puzzles like this build it alone. We finished before any other team. My point is that the task wasn't really suited to team working, so why make it one? Teamwork can also lead to inconsistency, a common cause of poor sales. In the case of a smartphone that a certain company launched, one director wanted to target the business market.
Smartphone qisqasi. Sales of a smartphone. In case it's common source for sale, in case of smartphones that one certain company launched.
And another demanded it was aimed at consumers. The company wanted both directors to be involved, so gave the product a consumer-friendly name, but marketed it to companies. The result was that it met the needs of neither group. It would have been better to let one director or the other have his way, not both.
Next.
Now, industriousness or hard work. It's easy to mock people who say they work hard. After all, a hamster running around in a wheel is working hard and getting nowhere. Of course, hard work is valuable, but only when properly targeted. Otherwise, it wastes the resources that companies value most.
Waste the resources that companies value most of the resource bo'ldi. O'zim aytganimdek. Resources. Company value most. Of course, hard work is valuable only when properly targeted. Otherwise, it wastes the resources that company value most, time and energy. That's bad for the organization.
Time and energy, and that's bad for the organization. There's a management model that groups people according to 4 criteria: clever, hardworking, stupid, and lazy. Here, lazy means having a rational determination not to carry out unnecessary tasks. It doesn't mean trying to
carry out unnecessary tasks dedi. Keraksiz bo'ladigan. Unnecessary tasks. Here's lazy means having a rational determination not to carry out unnecessary tasks. Javob bo'ldi, tamam. O'qib olasizlar.
To avoid work altogether. Most people display 2 of these characteristics, And the most valuable people are those who are both clever and lazy. They possess intellectual clarity and they don't rush into making decisions. They come up with solutions to save the time and energy spent by the stupid and hard-working group. Instead of throwing more man-hours at a problem, the clever and lazy group looks for a more effective solution. Next, we come to creativity. This often works well. Creating an attention-grabbing TV commercial, for example, might lead to increased sales. But it isn't always a good thing. Some advertising campaigns are remembered for their creativity without having any effect on sales. This happened a few years ago with the launch of a chocolate bar. Subsequent
Chocolate bar dedi. Campaign for a chocolate bar was memorable. This happened a few years ago with the launch of a chocolate bar. Subsequent research showed that plenty of consumers remembered the adverts but no idea.
Research showed that plenty of consumers remembered the adverts but had no idea what was being advertised. The trouble is that the creator derives pleasure from coming up with the idea and wrongly assumes the audience for the campaign will share that feeling. A company that brings out thousands of new products may seem more creative than a company that only has a few, but it may be too creative and make smaller profits. Creativity needs to be targeted to solve a problem that the company has identified.
To solve a problem dedi. Particular problem. Targeted to particular problem. Problem dedi. Creative should be used as a response to a particular problem. Bo'ladi javob. Targeted as a problem. Outside of new product seems more creative than company that only has a product. It means creative to make some of our creativity needs to be targeted mana. Response bo'ladi. To solve the problem that company has identified. Javob problem.
Just coming up with more and more novel products isn't necessarily a good thing. And finally, excellence. We all know companies that claim they strive for excellence, but it takes a long time to achieve excellence. In business, being first with a product is more profitable than having the best product. A major study of company performance compared pioneers, that is, companies bringing out the first version of a particular product, with followers, the companies that copied and improved on that product. The study found that the pioneers commanded an average market share of 29%, while the followers achieved less than half that, only 13%.
Market share bo'lar ekan javob. Ko'proq market share bor ekan ularda. Qisqasi market share bo'ladi javob. O'qib olamiz hozir. Xo'p, the study have found that the following pioneers commanded an average market share of 21%, while the followers achieved less than half, only 13%. Market share kattaroq bo'lgan. Xo'p, hamma savollarga javob berishga harakat qildik. Bu qismda xato qilmadik menimcha. Hamma savollarni tushunmagan bo'lsanglar, faqatgina skriptni o'qib tushunishga harakat qilinglar, yodlab olishga harakat qilinglar so'zlarini. Shu bilan bugungi darsimiz o'z nihoyasiga yetadi. Sizlarni keyingi darsda ko'rishguncha kutib qolamiz.